Hello, I am back here with another one of my Uriah Heep Discography reviews, and today we are going to be looking at Head First, released May 1983, so a little over a year after Bomb and Og, which was surprisingly a hit for the band. Now, what I failed to mention in the Bomb and Og review was half that album was actually covers, which for Uriah Heep and around that time, for a band to start doing covers, I don't know if it was a decision done because they didn't really know what they wanted to do, or if it was a decision done because, well, we just don't have enough material for a full-length album, so let's go out and do it. But anyway, it really sounded great, and it was a real change for Uriah Heep. It had that very 80s tone to it, that sound of the 1980s. It's very dated in its sound. But going on to Head First, Ashley Howe was brought back to produce the record, and this is actually the last album they would actually do under Bronze Records. Bronze Records, after this album, went into consolidation, which for anyone who doesn't know what that means, it's pretty much the company went bankrupt, which that happened. It features the same lineup as the last album, which is quite... I kind of like the continuity in it. This would actually happen to be the last album featuring this lineup. After this album, Bob Daisley would leave and Trevor Bolder would come back. And yeah, good on that, and he'd stay pretty much till the end of his life. So anyway, let's get into the album. Starts off with the song The Other Side of Midnight. It has a nice guitar intro, very 80s sounding. Love the vocals and keyboards, very upbeat and catchy. Love Mick Box's guitar work throughout these last couple albums quite a bit. Love the bass and tempo change into the guitar solo, and I like the vocal harmonies underneath the music. On to song number 2, Stay on Top. It's a cover of a Tom Jackson song. I like the intro, heavy bass. I love vocals. It really fits Pete Goalby's voice very well. I like the guitar solo. It has a nice beat to it, but it feels like it just ends abruptly at that song. On to song number 3, Lonely Nights, which is a cover of a Bryan Adams song. I like the soft guitar intro. I think it fits Goalby's voice once again very well. I like the vocal harmonies during the chorus. I love the guitar solo. I like the soft keyboards. It's a cover, and like the other one, it's a cover, and it's not a bad cover, which is quite nice to think about, that it's not like ruining the song at all. It really does sound pretty good. On to song number 4, which is actually a Uriah Heep original, Sweet Talk. I like the keyboard intro, love the vocals. I like the vocals being like it's a phone call, like they're talking on the phone. He's singing like he's talking on the phone. The tempo really picks up, very upbeat, catchy chorus. Like the abrupt stop and then going right into a guitar solo. That's done very well on this song. And I like how it ends also with the hang up, like the end dial tone for people who've ever been hung up on. It's quite good. Love is Blind is the next song on the album. John O'Banion cover. I like the intro. I like the guitar work. I like the keyboards. I like the vocal harmony. I like the guitar solo. Just, I don't know. It just feels kind of like it was just there. On to song number 6. This is really after this. The second half of the album is really where the album really starts to pick up. I believe actually the rest of the album is all Uriah Heep originals, which is nice to hear. On to song number 6, Rollover Chirp. It's a doom-sounding kind of intro, like it's impending doom. Has an early Heep feel to it. I like how it builds. I like the keyboard sound throughout with the bells. And it sort of has a video game feel to it. To anyone who's listened to the song, has really much a video game-esque feel to the entire thing. On to song number 7, Red Lights. I love the intro. Mick Box on this sound feels finally like he's unchained on it. Very upbeat. I love Lee Kerslake's drumming. Vocals have an early Heep-esque sound to them. Love the guitar solo. Love the vocal harmonies and nice bass sound. Now this is something that on the last couple albums has been kind of buggity-boo about mine. Actually, you know what? I'll leave that till the end. I'll talk about that after the album. After the rest of these songs. On to song number 8, Rollin' the Rock. Soft intro, has an early Heat feel to it. I love Goalby's vocals. It's very Byron-esque. It's one of those soul songs from the album. It feels very much like that. Something David Byron would do. I like the tempo change, catchy chorus. Just their tempo changes throughout these songs are very spot on, which is really nice. Has a somber feel to it, and I love Mick Box's solo on the song. On to song number 9, Straight Through the Heart. I like the intro, like how heavy it is. I like the vocals, the guitar solo, and it's a very catchy chorus. On to song number 10, Weekend Warriors. It's very upbeat, has an early Heat feel to it. Love Mick's guitar work, love how heavy it is, and I love the ending. Now, what I'm going to talk about here is just something that I was going to say throughout this, how Mick Box on the last couple albums, they're very AOR, which to anyone who knows that sound, it's kind of like radio-friendly rock. I feel like instead of letting the music organically evolve into what it's going to be, they really, how do I put this? It really sounded like everything was too polished. It's not that typical Uriah Heep sound, if that makes sense to it. And I feel like these albums, though good, Abominog was good. I just feel like if it's a one-off, it's a good one-off, but to keep doing it, it gets kind of eh. But anyway, best song off the album, Rolling in the Rock. Hidden gem is Rollover Chirp or Red Lights. I really like those songs. And how would I grade this out of 5? Now, anyway, I look at this album as an album of 2 halves. The first half, which was a couple originals and a bunch of covers, was alright. It was decent, and it was kind of middle of the road. Side 2 to the album, or the second half of the album, very good. Very well done. Amazing. Now, the part I really had trouble with throughout this is how the hell do I rate this? Because I gave Abominog a 4, because I really enjoy that album. I think that's one of Heap's better albums since Sweet Freedom. Probably their best album they actually did since Innocent Victim, which compared to Conquest and Fallen Angel is saying not very much because those were brutal albums. And it's really hard because I feel like if I give it 3.5, it's too much, and I feel if I give it a 3 or a 2.5, it's too small. It's a really hard album to really judge. But I thought about it for a really long time overnight and really said after listening to it, what would I rate it? I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. It's slightly above average. I think those covers are well done. I think there's parts of the songs that really necessarily could have been more. Like, I kept feeling like I wanted more, but just didn't get it on this album. But anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on this. Be sure to like, comment, favorite, subscribe down below. Probably later today I'm going to be doing my Pink Floyd discography live stream of The Wall, so look out for that. Oh yeah, and click the little button down below so you don't miss another video. This is me here once again signing out. Peace.